my channel or welcome back to my channel. My name is Andy, sometimes Mouse, and I talk about books and book related things, and I am bringing you my very late September TBR. September I am planning on reading a lot of series continuations and things that I honestly did not realize that they had new books out. I'm also reading an embarrassing amount of Seanan McGuire books, but worth it. It needed to be done, so here we are. The TBR also is including another 24-hour reading challenge for the month, and I'm very stressed out about it already. I know I'm gonna have a bad time, but you guys seem to enjoy when I am in pain. So I don't know what that says about y'all, but here we are. So let's go ahead and get started talking about this TBR. First up, we have the October Day series that I will obviously be continuing. We have A Killing Frost and When Sorrows Come. I will also be reading the short stories in between those. I don't ever mention what those are by name, but I will be reading those. And I am nervous about this because I think that the series is coming to an end. I don't know that for a fact, but I think that the series is coming to an end. We also have two releases coming out back to back. One in September this month, in a couple of days actually, and one in October. And so I will be reading those next month, obviously, not this month. But I'm a little bit nervous. It seems like the series is starting to come to a close, maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. I hope Shauna doesn't end the series. It's something I've found very comforting. Then we have Mislaid in Parts Unknown, also by Seanan McGuire. This is the Wayward Children series. This is a book that doesn't come out until 2024, but it's a novella short. I love the Wayward Children series, and I love how all of these stories play into each other without being directly related to each other. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's a good series, and I'm excited about reading the next book. And then we have Reflections, Seanan McGuire. This is the second book in the indexing series. I don't know if this one is going to be on Kindle Unlimited. I think it's on Kindle Unlimited, but it's not on the Audible thing where you get the free audiobook. We will see. I don't know that for sure, though. I could be wrong. But that is the next book in the indexing series, which is essentially fairy tales come to life. They have to stop them from reaching their full potential, more or less. So we'll see. I don't know if that, I think that this is, the indexing series is just 2 books, so it, won't be too crazy. And then we have This Book is Full of Spiders, Seriously Dude, Don't Touch It by Jason Paragon, which is the next book in the John Dies at the End book series. The first book, so I read the 4th book by accident, and then I was like, all right, I'll read these in order, I guess. And I read the first book, and you can tell that a lot of learning has been done by the author between now and then. And so I'm a little bit wary about reading the next book, just because the 4th book was so good, but then the first book was meh at best. So we will see. Hello? Sir? Can I help you? Mister? Do you want up here, or you just want to bother me? There's nothing up here. My guy. Alright. Sorry. Moving on to the next one. Also, sorry about this lighting. There's only so much I can do, and the sun is like being very strange, so here we are. Anyway. Next up, we have The Jasmine Throne by Tasha Sur. I will be rereading this book. I do own the first book. I don't own the second book, though, The Oleander Sword. I actually forgot that The Oleander Sword was coming out, honestly. I've kind of moved on from young adult fantasy, and so as a whole, I didn't really realize that the second book came out, since I haven't really been paying that much attention, but I'm going to be reading it after I read The Jasmine Throne, which, imprisoned by her dictator brother, Malini spends her days in isolation in the Harana, an ancient temple that was once the source of the powerful, magical, deathless waters, but is now little more than a decaying ruin. Priya is a maidservant, one among several who make the treacherous journey to the top of the Harana every night to clean Malini's chambers. She's happy to be an anonymous drudge so long as it keeps everyone from guessing the dangerous secret that she hides. But when Malini accidentally bears witness to Priya's true nature, their destinies become irrevocably tangled. One is a vengeful princess seeking to depose her brother from his throne, and the other is a priestess seeking to find her family. Together, they will change the fate of an empire. From what I remember, I really did enjoy this book a lot. I just forgot that the next book was coming out, so here we are. Now moving on to what I call other, which is just books that I have had on my TBR. At the moment, it's just stuff that I've had on my TBR for a long time that I'm trying to clean out, which is kind of the like running theme this year is that I've just been trying to clean that list out so that it's smaller, and I keep adding stuff to it, so it's just like an endless cycle, I feel like. Anyway, we have The King is Dead by Benjamin Dean. This is a thriller horror situation. I'm pretty sure it's mostly thriller. Heavy as the crown James has been born to wear, especially as the first black heir to the British throne. But with his father's recent passing and with a new boyfriend to hide, James is woefully unprepared for the sudden shine of public scrutiny. When his secrets come spilling forth across the tabloid pages, and the man he thought he loved has suddenly disappeared, James finds himself on the precipice of ruin. As every detail of his life becomes public knowledge, his sense of safety is shattered, and the people he trusts the most become the likeliest suspects. Relatable, though. Not relatable. What am I saying? The mystery is so distracting today. It seems interesting. I don't really know what the danger is, though, at the moment. Other than just being, like, royalty? I guess, but I don't know what the danger is. So I'm like, what's scary? What's dangerous? What's the plot of the danger here? So we'll see. Then we have The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. Ozzy recommended this to me, and it is on Kindle Unlimited, so if anybody else also wants to read it, it's on Kindle Unlimited. Every day I clean the Winchesters' beautiful home, top to bottom. I collect their daughter from school, and I cook a delicious meal for the whole family before heading to eat alone in my tiny room on the top floor. I try to ignore how Nina makes a mess just to watch me clean it up, how she tells strange lies about her own daughter, and how her husband Andrew seems more broken every day. But as I look into Andrew's handsome eyes, so full of pain, it's hard not to imagine what it would be like to live Nina's life. The walk-in closet, the fancy car, the perfect husband. I only try on one of Nina's pristine dresses once, just to see what it's like, but she soon finds out, and by the time I realize my attic bedroom door only locks from the outside, it's far too late. But I reassure myself, the Winchesters don't know who I really am. They don't know what I'm capable of. We'll see. I'm wary of a thriller that has a sequel. I like my thrillers to be very, like, one-shot. I don't like for them to be a series. But I don't know what that entails because I haven't read the first book. So I'm going to read the first book and we'll determine from there. Next we have The Girl in the Castle by James Patterson and Emily Raymond, which I think it's probably just written by Emily Raymond. I think James just has his name on it. I don't know though. Now, Hannah is brought to Belmon's psych, told she is suffering from hallucinations and delusions. Hannah knows the truth. She must return to the past and save her sister. Could Jordan, the abnormal psych student who seems to truly care, be the answer she's looking for? 1347. Hannah and her village are starving to death in a brutal winter. Hannah seeks out food and salvation in the Baron's castle. If she's caught stealing, she will surely hang, but if she and her friends succeed, she will save everyone she holds dear. Now, Jordan isn't sure what to believe, and Hannah has even bigger problems. If she doesn't make it back, her sister will die, but if she keeps going back, she might never escape. Is she a time traveler? Is it ghosts? Is it Maybelline? Maybe it's not. Or maybe it's CoverGirl, maybe it's Maybelline, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Then we have These Fleeting Shadows by Kate Alice Marshall. Helen Vaughn doesn't know why she and her mother left their ancestral home at Harrowstone Hall, called Harrow, or why they haven't spoken to their extended family since. So when her grandfather dies, she's shocked to learn that he has left everything, the house, the grounds, and the money, to her. The inheritance comes with one condition. She must stay on the grounds of Harrow for 1 year, or she'll be left with nothing. There is more at stake than money, for as long as she can remember, Harrow has haunted Helen's dreams, and now those dreams have become a waking nightmare. Helen knows that if she's going to survive the year, she needs to uncover the secrets of the Harrow. Why is the house built like a labyrinth? Because rich people have nothing but time. What is digging the holes that appear in the woods each night? Probably a rich person who's nothing but time. And why does the house itself seem to be making her sick? I'm gonna guess mold. If it's an old house, I'm gonna guess mold. I've solved it. With each twisted revelation, Helen questions what she knows about Harrow, her family, and even herself. She no longer wonders if she wants to leave, but if she can. I'm excited about this because I really like Kate Alice Marshall's writing. I think she does a great job. But I'm also like, LOL, because I'm like, it's mold. It's gotta be mold. And, you know, mushrooms or something in the walls, like, the Sylvia Moreno Garcia book, right? Anyway. Next we have a book that kind of apparently encapsulates feminine rage, and I do love a book that encapsulates feminine rage, so if you guys have any of those recommendations, I will take them. And that is Nevada by Imogene Benny. Maria Griffiths is almost 30 and works at a used bookstore in New York City while trying to stay true to her punk values. She's in love with her bike, but not with her girlfriend, Steph. She takes random pills and drinks more than is good for her, but doesn't inject anything except when she remembers estrogen because she's trans. Everything is mostly fine until Maria and Steph break up, sending Maria into a tailspin and then onto a cross-country trek in the car she steals from Steph. She ends up in the backwater town of Star City, Nevada, where she meets James, who's probably but not certainly trans and who reminds Maria of her younger self. As Maria finds herself in the awkward position of trans role model, she realizes that she could become James's savior or his downfall. This is definitely giving contemporary, but we'll see where it goes. I expect it to be a contemporary novel. I'm not expecting anything extra out of this book, but we'll see how it goes. And then we have This Delicious Death by Kayla Cottingham. Art recommended this to me, but it's been on my TBR for a little while, and I'm excited that it's out. I think it's going to be a fun horror. It's zombies basically come to life, but then they like give them this medication that makes them like happy with eating synthetic human meat or something. Like it satisfies them, so then the zombies like get to go party it out like regular teenagers. And so these girls are all ghouls is what they're called. And as they're like about to graduate high school, I'm pretty sure, they decide to go to a music festival in the desert. Bad timing, huh, with Burning Man. Anyway, they decide to go to a music festival in the desert, and they, you know, have their synthetic flesh and hard seltzers, and they're ready to go. So they're going to this music festival in the desert, zombie girls, and then it turns out that, so one of the girls goes totally feral and kills somebody, and it turns out that somebody is, like, drugging all the ghouls. Why do I struggle with that word? And having them go feral. So we'll see. I'm excited about it. When the main characters are also the monsters, it seems interesting. It seems like it'll be a good time. So we will see about that. And last but not least, for my 24-hour reading challenge for myself, I am going to be reading the 50 Shades of Grey series by E.L. James. This is the first sort of smutty books that I really read that weren't Christian based, and yes, there is Christian smut, in case you guys wondered. It's the first that I ever read. I was 16 or 17 when I read them. I own all of them digitally on Apple Books because I used to read books on Apple Books all the time back in the day. And it's the first like public representation of kink that I ever saw. So I'm interested to... I will admit that at the time I really enjoyed the books. I really enjoyed the books, but I had very little and limited education or perspective on the topics that are addressed in the book. I think now I have a little bit more of education and stuff. Stop it. And so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So far, I've only done books that I know, like on the rereads that I know I liked, other than The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. So I'm interested to see how this goes, because I know at the time I liked it. I have a feeling that now I won't. And we're just gonna see. We're gonna see how it goes. What's worse is I don't have the audiobooks or anything, so I'm just going to be reading them with my eyes. Like, I will not be taking a break to do audio like I did with the Cassandra Clare books. But also positive they're not super long, I don't think. So, we'll see. I'm going to regret it, though. It's going to be a bad time. I already know it, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it for the content. I think it'll be fun, but also terrible. So, stay tuned for that. That'll be... that's something that's going to happen. But that's it. That's my TBR. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments down below. If you didn't, let me know how I make it better for you. If you are going to read any of these, or if you have read any of these, please let me know how you felt about them, or if any of these seem interesting to you. As a reminder, real quick, I am going to be taking 1 week a month off of making content. It's probably going to be the first week of every month, just because that makes my life a little bit easier. So, either the last week of the last week of the month or the first week of the month. Haven't decided yet, but that's kind of my current plan. It just gives me enough time to make content and keep good content coming instead of just like slamming stuff together and hoping that it works. It also gives me some time to space out my vlogs and that kind of thing, and make things that I really want to spend time making. It gives me more time to put time and effort into stuff. So just a reminder on that. Other than that, I post videos almost every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. So I will see you guys later this week. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share if you haven't already, and don't forget to take your meds, drink your water, and do something today to take care of yourselves. Okay, thanks, bye.